Hey, this is Amy from Spunky Dogs, and I'm here to share some tips on how to get your dog to stop jumping, and also bust some jumping myths. Our first myth is to ignore your dog. If you've tried this one, you've probably figured out that it does not work that well. Your dog has a lot of yahoos to get out, they're very excited to meet new people, and they can usually find a way to expend that energy without that person paying any attention to them. And then, of course, as soon as the person waits for them to settle down and pets them, the whole crazy cycle starts up again. You don't want to reward your dog for jumping, but ignoring them alone is not usually enough to stop jumping. The second myth is to have your dog sit for petting or sit when it greets new people. And there's two reasons why this can get you into some trouble. The first reason is forgetting what your dog enjoys doing versus what people enjoy doing to your dog. Most dogs like getting up on people, getting in people's faces, and interacting with people, and do enjoy petting. But not very many dogs enjoy sitting still while a stranger awkwardly gropes all over them and they're not allowed to move or do anything about it. And I say groping because most people are not that good at interacting with dogs. They usually pet the dog on the top of the head, give the dog a hug, or kiss the dog in the face. And not only is this bad dog body language and communicates weird signals to your dog, it's also kind of a dangerous setup for dogs that are somewhat uncomfortable with people. So just keep in mind that for most dogs, sitting while a stranger pets you is a behavior they have learned and not something that's really enjoyable for them. And the second reason is... Did that seem scary? Did you think about anything other than my face and hands coming closer and closer to you? Well, neither does your dog. If your dog is not the greatest with people, or not the greatest with certain people, or not the greatest with people doing weird things to it, then sit leaves your dog no escape. And a behavior that allows your dog to move fluidly in and out of a situation that it's uncomfortable or overwhelmed by is a much better choice. Our first tip is to use a hip bump, or quickly stepping into your dog as a low-key way to interrupt jumping. For this video, I'm having to cue my dog to jump on me to bump her, but it's the same move. One quick step in, no hands involved. Avoid using your arms or hands to push your dog. Most active and adolescent dogs think being pushed and shoved is a wrestling game, and it just adds fuel to your jumping fire. Just like my dog here, being pushed is one of her favorite games, so stick to your calm bump.
Good job.
Tip number 2 is to use physically engaging activities like spin, touch, or shake to keep your dog occupied and off people. It also gives uncertain or uncomfortable dogs the option to give themselves some space if they need it. These behaviors are a great way for your dog to engage with somebody or near somebody without that face-to-face contact.
Very nice job.
When rewarding these behaviors, keep your treats or toys on the ground just like you want your dog to be. Treat your dog at chest level or by tossing treats on the ground. And for play, tug on a rope or fetch so that your dog stays off of you. And these techniques for keeping your dog on the ground and rewarding your dog can be done by you or the jumpee. So there you have it. Ditch the sit and simply ignoring your dog for rewarding some physically engaging activity like spin, touch, or shake. And also, don't put energy into something that's already crazy enough. Use your bump and then redirect your dog. Thank you for watching and happy training!